The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the Way FM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. With so much drama in the news,
I hate drama, so there you go.
You love drama.
I know I do, right?
this is a drama-free zone. It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
All my life, I have heard that when it comes to making a decision, sometimes you just got to go with your gut. And sometimes you hear that and you think, well, what does that even mean? Well, basically it comes down to intuition, general vibes, and your insight from prayer.
Okay,
Oh.
I get that. There's something about it, like you can walk in a room and you go, oh, something's wrong. Something's off. You just know. Or you can meet a person and you'd be like, something's not right with that person. And like my mom used to always say, trust your gut. You know, and you tell women that all the time. You get a weird ick from a dude, trust your gut. There's something to that.
Yeah, and it turns out that there are some big decisions in life that we really lean on our gut for. We really lean on the vibes for. I want to see if these top things are something that you have leaned on your gut for.
Yeah, I like gut better than vibes. Vibes makes
I like vibes.
Vibes
Gavin,
gives
you
me
like
the
vibes?
ick.
I'm a vibe guy.
Yeah.
I'll trust my gut.
The vibes are vibing.
Yeah.
Okay, choosing a job.
Oh, I always trust my gut on that one. I don't go by facts at all. It's like I could look into the company. Is it a strong place to work? No. Do I like the person that I was just talking to and then I want to work there? 100% gut.
Really?
Yeah, I've made all my radio decisions and where I've moved and stuff like that based on my gut.
Gavin?
And the vibes, I don't know. I would have to probably go with
facts a little bit?
when it comes to that.
No.
I mean, because you have
Yeah,
responsibilities.
because the vibe was scary here when I first got here. So it was the facts.
Yeah. Another one is deciding where to move. Now, Wally, you just said sometimes you go off your gut or go with the vibes.
Told my wife yesterday, I'm like, man, I'm just like, I would like big change. And she's like, what? And I'm like, no, not you. But yeah, I mean, like I moved around a lot and I liked it. There was always something fun about it. And just, trust your gut. Time to go.
Wow. And then finally, now this one is where it gets interesting. Breaking up with someone. Do you feel like the
facts? Go on facts. She's crazy. I have facts. I have receipts.
No, that's not facts. That's the vibe for sure.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and most kids all back in school by now. And you get that first day of school photo. My wife was really big on that with my daughter. And I love like looking back through those and seeing how she's changed. It's great.
Aww.
First day of school, there's always possibilities. You know, you're like, it's going to be my year. It's going to be a great year. And then for me, it never was. But I was always hopeful. Like the first day, I loved it. I got my new backpack ready to go.
Yeah.
So good. But then like your first day doesn't always pan out like you plan. Like mine, I got in trouble on my first day of kindergarten. I still remember it. Kindergarten.
Doing what?
Miss Doyen was my teacher.
Doyen.
I know. I still remember her. Went to Belvedere Elementary. And so I remember my first day, and this kid, I think his name was Charles, like threw cornbread at me in
Charles.
Come on,
the
dude.
lunchroom.
Why would you get in trouble for that?
You got to retaliate.
That was it. I may have pushed it back at him, but like my dad used to always say in sports, they never catch the first guy. They always catch the guy that reacts. So you don't be the guy that reacts. Well, I reacted. And I threw the cornbread back.
Nice.
And then he didn't get in trouble, but I did because she just saw me throw it. So day 1, hour 3 into my kindergarten career, I'm already a felon. You know, and I went to like Belvedere Elementary jail.
You're like, this is who I am now.
Yeah, this is it. This is my aesthetic, my vibe. And so yeah, and I that was my first memory.
That's rough.
School.
That's a rough one.
Yeah. So here's what I want to talk about. Okay, you're sending your kids back to school, but let's go back in the Wayback Machine. Let's think back to the first day of school that you remember. Go back as early as you can. What happened? What was it like? What went down? Did you go to like jail like I did? I don't know.
Maybe it was a good one.
Yeah, maybe it was a good one.
Maybe it was a good experience.
Maybe it was the best thing ever. You met a friend that you now are still lifelong friends with. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Never had that happen.
Yeah.
But who knows? So 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. What was the first memory you have of going to your first day of school? I'd love to hear it now. 855-33-WAY-FM. What happened? I got in trouble and got sent to the principal's office.
Well, it was funny because as you were telling that story, that's what it reminded me of. My first day in kindergarten, I got in trouble as well.
What'd you do? I was just defending myself from the kid that threw cornbread at me.
I didn't defend myself, but we were making pudding in open milk cartons, and we were supposed to let the pudding set. And I didn't. I was eating the pudding instead of letting it set. And I got in trouble. My teacher was Mrs. Holbrook. I remember her name, too.
Old Lady Holbrook. She was rough.
She was probably 30. She was old.
That is the funny thing. When you're a kid, you think your teacher is 90, you know? And then you're like, wait, she just graduated college. She's 24. So what do you remember about your first day, Maria?
Well, what I remember is I was 5 years old, and I was in kindergarten at Davy Crockett, and I was crying because I was 5, and my mom left me at school. And I remember that I get a tap on my shoulder, and a young girl, her name was Teresa, she told me, hey, don't cry. And this was quite a few years back. It'll be 50 years this year.
That's amazing that you guys met in kindergarten 50 years ago and you still are in contact today.
Oh, we're still really close. I mean, she's a Dallas Cowboy fan and I'm a 49er fan, but hey.
Hey, nobody's perfect. You didn't know that at the time, you know?
No, I didn't.
But what I love about your story is that she didn't bully you, because sadly, bullying can start as young as kindergarten. But I love that she helped you, and I hope that more kids will do the same thing.
What was the first day of school you remember?
Mine was kindergarten, and I was used to glue, like regular glue from preschool, you know, that you squeeze out. Well, when I got to kindergarten on our first day, we had to do something with paste. And so I was just interested in it, and I wanted to taste it, and I tasted it, and the teacher called me out, and I was known as the paste girl for the first, 3 weeks of school.
When I worked at Radio Disney, I had a little band that I did, like, funny songs, and the name of the band was I and the number 8 Paste. Because it explained like how I became like I became because I ate paste in kindergarten too. You're not alone.
I am rubber. You are glue. Whatever you say is gonna bounce off me and stick to you. I am rubber.
That brings back some memories.
So, Ashley, would you recommend the taste of paste or no?
No. I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't know. It was something about it. I had to try it.
At least Ashley learned her lesson. I fear that Wally would still be that kid that's still eating the paste.
Oh, I've still ate some paste.
Right.
That, paint chips, all kinds of things.
I get how the lack of time could keep you from your education, but did you know that Colorado Christian University is offering you a chance to win a $10,000 or a $5,000 scholarship towards an associate, bachelor's, or master's degree offered 100% online? Even if you don't win the grand prize, you could still win a $1,000 scholarship just for entering. All you have to do is text CCU to 91979. The contest ends September 11th, so don't wait. Colorado Christian University, cultivating the mind without compromising the heart.
This is how I became the most interesting person in the room.
So pay attention. It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
If you like to get your nails did, here's some info that might make you rethink some of the gel nails.
Oh, no.
I know.
Rethink it.
Yeah. Now, Betty Rock, you have gotten your nails done before.
Yes.
You don't do it a lot.
No, I hate spending that much money on
Right.
something that once they start growing out, then they kind of bother me and
Yeah, your frugalness could be the thing that saved your life.
What do you mean?
Yeah, apparently the European Union, they've banned a key ingredient in many gel nail polishes. It's that ingredient, it's called trimethylbenzoline diacetyl oxide, TPO. We'll call it TPO, okay? It's the thing that, you know how you put your hands under the UV? It's the ingredient in the nail polish that will make it get hard. Under the UV
Which
light.
is definitely needed, because if it doesn't harden, then you get wet paint everywhere.
And what's the point then? It's just regular nail polish.
Right.
And so it's been allowed to be used professionally, but now they're even banning that. And so why are they banning that? And could it happen here? Why? European regulators cited animal studies suggesting a potential safety concern. Pigs' hooves did not look as good as they thought they should when they tested it on them.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that they used the PTO or PBO, whatever, on a pig's hoof?
Yeah, they were animal testing. And so there were possible concerns, but they never did human trials on it. But Europe is like, that's good enough for us. We're banning this. And that's why I love America. Because America's like, yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Walk it off.
Yeah. Europeans far more likely to ban that kind of stuff. And so now you're going to see a buzzword, though. It will probably make it over here, too, for the places that cannot use that TPO in Europe and then maybe here, and they'll charge you more because it'll be like TPO-free salon for everyone that's like super woke.
I've already started seeing like organic manicures.
Really? What's that mean?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
It means more money.
Yeah, I'm telling for sure.
You poor women. You guys get hustled. And here's the thing. You don't get hustled by dudes. You get hustled by other women that are taking advantage of you. And so that's where you need to break the cycle.
I'm calling the angels down. I'm storming the gates of hell.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and that's the one and only Tauren Wells.
What the enemy stole.
We had Tauren come by recently for one of our song battles that we do, and it was about worship music, and we were discussing how this would be a slam dunk for him. So these are some of the kind of the outtakes and stuff that I don't think made it into the video, but how he would own me at this because he was in the music business. If I'm being honest.
Like, I mean, you're listening to worship music all day, every day.
No, this is me at church, though. Like, I'm that guy with his hands in his pocket while everyone else is like, woo, bring it. No, I'm just like...
You need to come to my church.
I do need to come to your church.
You give him the T-Rex praise?
I do.
So I throw up my hands. It's like, I'm all in, God.
No. I'm not even that. My wife will do this and this and stuff. And I'm like, I'm pocket God. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. But it's so weird. Like, if I'm in Africa, I'm jumping around, running around. Like, I feel God there. The joy of people. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
So God's not at your church.
I guess not. Sorry, Pastor Jeff. I do like Tauren. He's just funny, off the cuff funny. And as I thought, he was taking me to school and showing off while doing it. Oh, dang it.
That is 10,000 Reasons by Matt Redman.
Nice.
Performed by Toby Mac on the Hits Deep tour for a while.
Literally starting to hate you.
Set with that. Yeah. It was going so well.
That was pretty good. Yeah, you know this stuff, man. And you're fast. You got like fast hands.
I'm Blackie Chan.
I love that you can make that joke. If I had made that joke, internet blows up on me. I'm like, fair. You're so fast, you're like Blackie Chan.
No, the rules are not fair. Finally.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. I love me some Tauren Wells. We actually, we'll play this in like 10 minutes. We were talking about the song Reckless Love and the problems that it caused for Corey Asbury. And this was before he was on the business end of Forrest Frank's Hissy Fit. And so, it's like he's no stranger to causing a little bit of a controversy. And we'll do that in 10 here on The Wally Show.
I'm calling the angels down. I'm storming the gates of hell.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Wally Show. That is the incomparable Tauren Wells. And recently we had Tauren in to do one of our song battles where we compete about like knowing different songs. And this one was like a worship song battle. So obviously that's what this guy does for a living. So he was going to destroy me. But one of the songs that came up in our song battle was Reckless Love by Corey Asbury. And that song surprisingly rubbed some oversaved people the wrong way back in the day. And I was curious if Tauren remembered that.
Do you remember the controversy over this
do.
song?
Like some of those more reform-leaning guys really killed Corey.
Oh, for sure. There were
over
Christian
that.
radio stations, and I know guys that would not play it because they thought it was false doctrine. It's like, it's metaphor, it's analogy.
Yes.
Like, it's not, they took it literally like God is reckless. He's never reckless with anything. It's like, no, it's talking about the intensity of that love, that it could be
100%.
perceived as reckless, and how people did.
I always wonder, like, if you're in the name of God killing other Christians, who are you most like?
I never saw
Definitely
it.
Saul.
Yeah.
Not Paul.
There you go. He dropped some Bible there on us for sure. Then a Phil Wickham song came up, and I was curious if Tauren Wells had noticed the same thing about Phil that I have picked up on.
Have you ever noticed that Phil Wickham sounds similar to the Cowardly Lion from the Wizard of Oz? Have you? Have you noticed that? With the vibrato? You have. He's not saying it, but you have.
That is the funniest. That is so funny. Really, bro?
Because he's got thick vibrato, and he's like...
Totally different, Wally.
No.
No, the Cowardly Lion's like, if I were the king of the forest.
That's not bad, actually.
And Phil Wickham is like...
The battle belongs, because he goes, the battle belongs to you.
The battle belongs to you.
The battle
it's like, battle belongs to you.
See? It's Cowardly
It's a
Lion.
faster, more nasal vibrato.
But you're hearing it. I'm not going to let it go, because you laughed so hard, I'm not letting that go.
Well, because it was so...
Right.
Off key.
On point.
I'm always a big fan of Tauren. I like Tauren's honesty when he comes by because he'll just talk about anything.
Yeah, he's very personal and he has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, so definitely check out Hope Nation if you want to catch the Tauren Wells worship song battle with me. These are all the outtakes, the stuff that they won't put in there. These are the things that I love. The book of Philippians in the Bible has 3 icon type verses in them. Iconic verses. That,
John 3:16.
No, it's in Philippians, knucklehead.
Oh.
So, like, I've been looking at the book of Philippians recently, which started off, it was a letter to a church in Philippi, and it's a church that Paul had started 10 years, and he wrote this letter to them from prison. And most of our lives are not nearly as bad as being in a Roman prison. Some are. But most aren't. So how does this letter apply to us today? Well, Philippians 4, it breaks down some stuff and has some really transformative verses that can change your relationship with Christ. If you don't believe me, check it out. You might recognize some of these and went, oh, I didn't even know that was in there. Because you hear the verse, but you don't always know it's all in the same letter, you know, basically. And so you got Philippians 4:6. Don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, bring everything to God. What is anything? Your marriage, your kids, your job, your future, your past, you know. And I know it's easy to look at that and say, well, that's a great idea. I'll do that. But giving everything to God can be kind of tough in reality.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
because, I mean, when we give it to him, then that means we're out of control. And that, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, and so the good and the bad is, you get, in return what you put in. And so the solutions, though, they're not designed the way that you like them. And so it can be where you want to take back the control. But if you look at this verse, the thing about it, though, is that God doesn't give us that exact solution the way we want it. He gives you peace, and that peace that passes understanding, And so that's one of those things that is, when you grasp that, it can be transformative. Number 2, the battles of life start in our mind, like successes or failures, they all start in your head. Like sin or sanctification, that's what starts there. It says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. So basically, it's telling you to change the temporal for the eternal or the sinful for the spiritual. And if you do that, it's going to start changing you from the inside out. Because if you strike all the other things that are a mess about life and you replace it with these type of things, it can't help but change you. Because if you think about it, most sin starts with a thought. It's an idea. It's a temptation that pops into your head. And if you give it that space in your life, it can grow to some pretty devastating effects on you and the people around you. And so that's what Philippians 4:8 is talking about. And there's a third iconic verse in here that I want to get to, but we'll do that in 10 minutes. It's kind of the secret to living a successful, fulfilling Christian life. And we'll do that in 10 on The Wally Show. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and you hear a lot of Bible verses, and sometimes you don't realize that some of the most iconic ones were written by the same person, and they're in the same book, like Paul writing to the church at Philippi, the book of Philippians. He says, don't be anxious about anything, but bring everything to God. Or another verse, he's like, whatever is true, whether there's noble, think on these things. I think those are two very big transformative verses. But then he's got a third iconic verse in there. Philippians 4:12, he says, I know what it's like to be in need, and I know what it's like to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in poverty or want. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. That's the verse that everybody, puts on the back of a thing or a motivational poster, But he's not talking about hitting some goal, He's talking about being in need or being in plenty, but none of that matters because his joy and his life is based and rooted in Christ. Like, that's what matters to him. Nothing else matters to him. He only needs that, which is pretty transformative if you can lean into that. I mean, it's like, I can do all things. All means all. I mean, you can weather any storm if you ground yourself in God and in his word. And we talked about at church, we were talking about like joy and how it comes from knowing your purpose. Because I think a lot of people struggle with finding their purpose, right?
I mean, what was that pastor that made a huge amount of money on that book, The Purpose-Driven Life?
Oh, Rick Warren, The Purpose-Driven Life, And the crazy thing is your purpose is when you're living a life that honors God in everything that you do, you say, or you think. And so, like, if you're like, man, the joy of my faith is escaping me, it's missed me. How did it hit this person and went right by me? It's like, if you look at this, the secret to a successful and fulfilling Christian life, and our pastor was like, don't miss this. It's like, don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on the future. It's like living in this moment now and focusing on your faith. And the secret to a Christian life boils down to contentment and gratitude. If you can be content with what you have and thankful for it, whether it's like Paul said, great or little, you are going to have a more joy-filled life regardless of your circumstances. So there you go. Maybe that lands with you today, because I know it definitely landed with me. And who knew there was so much good stuff in Philippians?
It's today's Music Insider, or TMI, with Gavin.
The last month or so in Christian music industry has been interesting, to say the least. We had Forrest Frank fracture his back in a skateboarding accident. Then he made a song from bed while healing. Then he was miraculously healed. Then Crowder broke his foot. He made some music from bed. So now it's a trend. And so you have other artists who are having quote-unquote injuries.
Yeah, fake injuries. Doing a parody.
Making songs from bed, one of which was Corey Asbury, so he does his. And then that leads to Forrest Frank reacting to his video, not really liking that Corey Asbury did something.
He was super hurt by it, because Matthew West did one as well, and so he went to both of those guys and was like, you really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And so they each did an apology video.
Yeah, it's turned into a lot.
It got to be much ado about nothing. Yeah. I mean, it was a misunderstanding in different senses of humor, but not a victim.
No.
And if you ask me, if someone were to ask me, do you think that he kind of played a victim card? I'm going to say yes. Yeah. Forrest did.
It was very, social media.
Yeah.
At its best.
He's great at manipulating social media. That guy rules at that. He's so good at it, and he did it here. He crafted it perfectly, got Corey Asbury locked in, and Corey even writes an apology verse with it that was heavy-handed, and so it was what it was. But I know, for me, I had my fill of it. I hit my window on it.
And so did Darren from We Are Messengers.
Ooh, I love Darren.
He went to his, and the guy has an opinion on a lot of things, but I think he comes at it from a really good angle. So he had his good angle on all of that controversy going on with Forrest and Corey.
Woke up to a whole blitz of stuff on social media, talking about reaction videos, talking about satire, people making very public statements about fairly private things. I just wish as artists we could go back to doing what we're supposed to do. Write songs the best we can that communicate the love of God, and doing ordinary things like taking our kids to school. So can we all just chill out a wee bit? Remember, social media isn't real. Can we relax on the reaction videos and on the drama?
Yeah, there's a lot of that, man, because then once you start down that slope and you got one video and then you got to do, someone's going to do a verse to that, and then there's a reaction to that reaction, and then it got crazy. And like literally, like if you were upset, yeah, you call them, go, hey, dude, you upset me. And these are both, Matthew and Corey, both honorable men. It would have been like, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Like that was not my intention at all. And that's where it should have stopped.
Yes.
But because we live in this social world, and like that's Forrest's playground. Like he made his career through social media, and so he brings what he knows into that, and it really got to be something that, in full honesty, I don't think it ever needed to be. But I'm hoping that now we're done.
Yeah, well, and I think one thing that's kind of stark for me is that Darren is like, everything about this Forrest Frank situation has felt semi-disingenuous.
Yeah.
And Darren is someone who thrives on being genuine.
Yeah,
and I think us
authenticity.
getting back to that would just do everyone a lot more good.
There you go. That's going to do it for your TMI. Thank you, Gavin. Sometimes the best thing you can do for a friend is tell them the truth. Might not be easy, but that's what you need to do. Hey, it's the Wally Show on Uplifting Way FM, and the truth that I want to tell Betty, I don't think she's ready to hear. I don't think she's going to listen to me, and so this is where I'll ask you to help me tell her the truth. Or maybe you'll agree with her. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Explain.
Recently, I went jean shopping, and ladies, you get where I'm coming from. When you shop for jeans, just because you wear a size in this brand does not mean that you are going to wear the size in another brand or another store.
Right now, not a problem. Everything you've said is
pick
viable.
The cut, you got to pick the color, all the things. So I went shopping with my mom, and I ended up buying roughly 20 pairs of jeans. I know, shocker, but women, you'll understand.
Because you're returning a bunch of them.
I'm going to return a bunch of them but here's the thing. I wanted to go ahead and buy them and take them home. Even though I tried them on at the store, ladies, you know, when you get them home, the barometer, the temperature could have dropped. You might have skipped lunch that day, and now they don't fit right, okay? So what I've been doing, too, is I'm keeping the tags on, and I am wearing a pair each day.
This is the problem. Honestly, I think this is the problem. It's not like test driving a car. You know, like if you brought them home and you wear them around the house for, 20 minutes to see, do they stretch when I go to pick up something or whatever? Maybe. Like that's even starting to push it. But when you wear them all day, like she was here yesterday, I saw a tag. I'm like, is that the tag for the jeans? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like,
But they stretch.
I know,
throughout the day. Then I don't want them.
Like if you were buying a dress for a prom or something or some event, like say you were buying a dress for an event and you left the tags on because you knew you were going to wear it once, it was expensive and return it, that's a no-brainer wrong. No-brainer wrong. This one, a smidge gray because you're like test driving a car. But I told my wife agreed with me on this. She was like, oh no, that's not good. Yeah. Gavin, you too?
No, it's totally wrong because like you're going to return something.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me you didn't.
I didn't spill anything on them.
But you
pass
wore 'em
gas
all day.
all day.
She doesn't do that.
No.
Girls don't do that.
Yeah.
What? It would be different if it were shoes. Okay. If you were
shoes, you can't wear outside.
You cannot.
You have to
can
wear them on
only
carpet.
wear
Oh, that's a
those
good point.
in the house. Like that makes complete sense to me. But when it comes to jeans, most women empathize in that it all fits different. So
Okay.
I say I'm okay.
I disagree, and Gavin disagrees, but we're guys, so maybe we're wrong. I'd love to get your opinion on this to see if Betty is in the right or if she's in the wrong. 855-33-WAY-FM. And remember, again, telling a friend the truth is important, and that's sometimes the best thing and kindest thing you can do for them.
Don't paint the picture wrong.
Sorry, did I do that?
Yes.
I'm good at it. 855-33-WAY-FM. No, seriously, whatever you really think. I would be curious if I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think I would be in the majority, so we'll take some calls on this now. 855-33-WAY-FM. Where do you land?
I think it's wrong because women sweat.
Yes, women do sweat.
And then you can't wash the pants before you return them, especially if the tag is on it. Then they put it for resale, and then other people are wearing sweaty pants.
Betty Rock in those jeans ran a half marathon yesterday.
I did not. Hillary, I was in AC all day. Like, there is nothing. They're fine.
Betty Rock's like, I'm pretty lethargic. I don't think they were sweated in. All right, Deborah, you're up. What do you say? Is Betty Rock wrong or right in this one?
I'd have to say that Betty needs to think this over because with her fellow sisters, if she returns them and I go and buy them, and I'm sure that they were not inexpensive because jeans these days just aren't, then how do I know that somebody hasn't worn them all day?
And she did. She wore them all day. Literally, all day. And so would that affect your decision to buy a pair of jeans if you were buying what you thought was new, but Betty had worn them all day?
Yes, it really would.
Now, see, Deborah, I get what you're saying, but this is where you and I take separate paths. I would love the fact that I knew someone had worn them all day.
Really?
Yes, because now they are stretched how they would be realistically.
Oh, so you're doing people a service.
I am. I'm ultimately doing people a service. I'm just saying that they've been worn so you get a realistic expectation of what they're going to look like as you take them out of the store.
Where do I find that part of the store that says that these have been returned and worn again?
Maybe this is why girls' jeans always fit different. Maybe. It's because you got people like Betty wearing them out.
And you're welcome, ladies.
So where do you land on this, Erin?
Well, while I can empathize with Betty 100%, it's wrong. She talks about that they stretch throughout the day, which is true. So the next person who puts on those jeans straight from the store, they're going to be pre-stretched, right?
Right.
So they're going to be like, oh, these fit great. They go home, they wash them, and then they're going to be too tight.
In Betty's defense, Betty is about as big as a twig. So I don't think she's stretching these bad boys out too far. All right, Kim, you're up. Where do you land on this?
I land as soon as those jeans passed the threshold of a bathroom, you needed to buy them.
Okay,
so I'm sure Betty Rock went to the bathroom at some point during the day.
She did twice.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting component because I haven't thought about it that way. Like there have been some people that are like, once you wear them 20 minutes, then you gotta buy them. Like they're putting a time frame on it. It's like, where is that rule written? But I do see where you're coming from. Where it's like once you go to the bathroom, and you put them back on, that does make sense.
I could see that one.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Because if you wore them for 20 minutes or so, but 14 other people had tried them on that day, like it's really not that different. But I think you've really landed on something here, Kim, with the bathroom effect. So basically, Betty Rock will be wearing these jeans tomorrow, another pair probably, and going all day without using the restroom.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
Uplifting WayFM, this is The Wally Show. I don't mind being tested, and Betty Rock likes to test my amateur first responder abilities with a scenario that a real first responder has encountered to then see how I would handle it, and do I handle it differently, betterly? We're not sure. Yes.
So here's what happened. There was a grown woman who was at a local Chuck E. Cheese with her family. And for some reason, she decided that she was going to try her hand at a kids game called Snow Day.
Okay.
So pretty much these balls fall from the ceiling. You're supposed to grab them and put them in the right places to the side of you.
I would love that game.
Okay, so she tried that, but for some reason, she decided to take her whole arm inside one of those holes and it got trapped.
She was trying to get an advantage.
Maybe, to where she couldn't even move. And so they had to call first responders, firefighters, spent 22 minutes trying to dislodge her arm from this game.
Did it say how they did it? Did they use the jaws of life?
I don't think they had to use the jaws of life.
Yeah.
I think they probably just had to grease up her arm and just pull. I'm not sure. But you have to keep in mind, this game was meant for a smaller person. So she doesn't have a lot of room to move.
Sure.
And there's not room for another person to get inside. So for you as an amateur first responder, how would you have handled the situation?
Couple options. One is drastic, but she will self-extricate. And one, you'll actually have to do something. So what you do is you go, ma'am, I realize you're stuck and you really wanted to win those tickets because, Lord knows the things you can buy in the store. Over here, about 200 feet away from you, we're giving away 4,000 tickets. Like, so you could buy the best thing in there, okay? 40,000. We're giving away 40,000 tickets. She will gnaw off her own arm to get those 40,000 tickets.
Herself,
100%. She's going to, at the shoulder, it's gone,
It's gone.
And she'll deal with the ramifications later. Maybe for 40,000 tickets, she can get a prosthetic.
And maybe for the kids that are there that day, PTSD.
Yeah.
But
failing that, that's the extreme version. Option B is very simple. You go back to the back where they make all the pizza. You go, give me a meat lovers, a pepperoni, and go ahead and just do a regular cheese. Now bring them all out here, stack them on top of each other, okay? And now roll them up and then squeeze all the grease out of those pieces of pizza onto her arm. Let it roll down her arm, then she's free in no time. Way less than 22 minutes.
Ooh, this typically, I would say you don't handle situations well, but in this emergency situation, you handled it definitely a lot better than a legit first responder.
Plus, we got pizza to take back to the fake firehouse with us.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. If it's trending, streaming, or starring, Betty Rock's got it on The Rock Report.
This younger generation will never know what it was like to wake up early on a Saturday morning, eat your Fruit Loops, and watch cartoons.
It was the best, because now you got cartoons 24/7. If they're not special, when you had to wait all week, and then if you made a mistake and overslept and missed one of your favorites, it's devastation.
Because you couldn't catch it any other way.
No, you had to wait another week, and then they might not even rerun it.
Exactly. So you might be wondering, I have one of my favorite 80s type Saturday morning cartoons. I wonder if it was popular to others. Well, good that you're asking that question, because I found where we are listing the most popular ones online. So I think a couple of honorable mentions, but they didn't make the top 3. The first one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I never got into them.
Me neither. And one that I did get into and I enjoyed was Muppet Babies.
No. I don't like Muppets in general, because they all remind me of Luke Bryan.
Oh, stop it. And then another honorable mention was DuckTales.
Oh, I do remember that.
Every day they're out there making DuckTales.
Gosh, that has the 80s written all over.
I think I like this theme song more than the actual DuckTales cartoon.
Yeah, that's true. It hits. It's a bop, as the kids would say. Now you're wondering, well, what are the top 3?
Yeah.
I didn't agree with any of them. Coming in at number 3, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of He-Man. I didn't watch a ton of it. It always felt weird. Like, he was just... I didn't like his outfit.
Well, and he had a really weird bob.
Yeah.
A bob haircut.
Yeah.
And then a pet tiger that was green or something.
Yeah, he gave all kind of weird, conflicting vibes to me that I'm like...
The vibes were off.
They were. I'm like, I don't think I like this.
All right, coming in at number 2 is Super Friends.
Together they form the world's greatest force, dedicated to truth, peace, and justice for all mankind.
That's old school Super Friends. Like I think it had Superman as part of that,
Yep,
and then Wonder
Batman,
Twins and
Batman and Robin, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
It just looked boring.
Yeah, that was old school 2D animation, not all that great.
So then, what could have beaten out He-Man and Super Friends?
What?
Coming in at number 1 is Transformers.
Oh, okay.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy.
See, I don't like like this list because to me, none of those are female friendly. As a girl, I
Yeah.
was not into any of those.
Well, old cartoons, I don't know that they really did cater to girls very much back then. Like you had what was it? Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh,
or
and Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Bright.
Ponytails.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it
So,
Ponytails? I don't know.
My Little Pony.
Oh, did you watch that too?
No, I did not.
My Little Pony, I loved it.
I've heard. My daughter, when my daughter was little, we watched like Rocket Power. We watched Rugrats.
Oh yeah, Rugrats. I remember them.
There was a few like really good cartoons.
Cat Dog.
I loved Cat Dog. That she and I could watch together. They were good. The old school cartoons, which all the Lees were, it was definitely more guy focused. They missed the best one. The best one was Speed Racer. Speed Racer, I woke up every Saturday at 6 a.m. to watch Speed Racer, and if I ever missed it, I was devastated. Yeah, the Mach 5. And then when they made a movie of it with Susan Sarandon and John Goodman years later, I'm like, this is great. I watched it on a plane like 2 flights ago. Worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I was so sad.
Yeah.
It made me want to go back and just watch the old school Speed Racer. I almost got a Speed Racer tattoo at one time. So, yeah, that was probably a good
Poor
thing I didn't do that.
decisions.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there you go. That's going to do it for your Rock Report. Thank you, Lady Rock. Uplifting at WayFM, this is The Wally Show. And Betty Rock is kind of in a similar stage of life as I am at, like where we have friends that have had kids, and now baby showers are going on. Like, and for her, it's her friends that are having babies. For me, it's my friends, their kids are having babies because I'm a lot older. But still, baby showers happen.
Yeah, a friend of mine, she is expecting her first child, and she invited a group of us, to her baby shower. And we were talking about it, and one of my friends pointed out, because she's a mother of 4, she said typically when it comes to baby showers, you make the registry for the baby, the things that you need for the baby, and you get everything for the baby. However, no one thinks about the mom. And she said, I think it would be a good idea if the group of us come together and we create a basket for this mom to be. And it's all self-care items for the mom.
Okay. I kind of like this idea.
Now, Gavin, you have a young... a young infant child. Would you say that would have benefited your wife?
Oh, yeah, because I think that you pour so much into the kid, and obviously, like, the mom is, the most, second most?
Yeah, she's kind of important.
She's very, very important.
The husband is definitely the third.
Number one.
No.
What about the guy care package?
Yeah. You don't need one.
No one's discussing that.
But, like, they're going through something so crazy physically difficult,
right?
That as comfortable and as supportive as you can be for them, it just helps everyone. Helps the husband a lot.
Well, the thing about it is that the entire focus when you have a baby is on the baby, and like everyone, look, I want to come see the baby, and you stop being a person, you're just that kid's parent, kind of thing, that kid's mom, and you can lose your identity in that as well, And so I think the idea of you guys, while you're celebrating the baby and getting the wipes and the diapers and strollers and all that, to take a minute to highlight the mom in that, I think is a really good friendship move.
Well, thank you. So here's the dilemma, though. What should go in that basket? What does a first-time mom need when it comes under the self-care umbrella? What should go in that basket?
You know how I have an opinion about everything?
Oh, everything.
I know. I don't on this one.
Oh, really?
I'm smart enough. I'm smart enough to realize I have no say in this whatsoever.
Shocking.
I know, right? This is growth. Like, why? There's no way I could speak to this. Now, if you're making a dad package, absolutely, I can speak to that.
The dads don't need anything. They're fine.
All right. So if you, we're gonna help Betty Rock figure out what a great package would be for this mother or father to be.
No, mother.
Okay, mother to be. We'll just lock it down to that. Fine. What do you think would be a good care package to give for an expectant mother at the shower? I love this idea. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM.
What do you think we should put in the self-care package for her?
Well, I'm a massage therapist. I was just thinking like a postpartum, if she was going to get a massage, a postpartum, even if it's like a chair massage or like a pedicure somewhere.
Yeah, I
She
love
can
that
maybe
idea.
carve out 1 hour for herself.
And then you guys could do like a little coupon in that with the gift certificate.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we'll watch the baby for you because we know you're not going to trust your husband to do it this early on. So, yeah, that's a great idea.
And that also gives the dad a gift where he'll get a break also.
Yeah, he's going to playing golf.
No.
He's worked so hard.
He's fine.
What would you put in this package, Gwen?
Anything lavender, like a sachet to go underneath her pillow so that she can be restful. Obviously, some excellent chocolates and a novel by her favorite author, or maybe one of those chicken soup for the new mothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the reason for the lavender? I don't understand that.
Oh, lavender is very peaceful. It helps you calm down. It helps you sleep better.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Very calming.
I might buy a lavender tree and put it in my house. If it calms down my wife, how great is that?
Oh, my goodness.
Because I can't tell her to calm down, but I could buy her a tree. What would you add into this gift basket?
I think it would be really good to give her like snacks and stuff because as a first-time mom, sometimes you forget that you need to eat as well.
I like the snacks, and especially if it's like junk foody kind of snacks, because there's a pressure for women to get their pre-baby body back. And so at least this way as friends, you're like going, girl, take your time. Your husband might have just got you veggie straws, but we're giving you Reese's Pieces. All right, Liz, you're up. What would you put in this care package?
Like the press-on nails or like cute nail polish.
Oh, I like that because you want to feel pretty. And you don't always have time to go out and get your nails did if you've just had a baby. So I like that idea.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I just don't know if she would like long or short, French tip, or red or pink.
I don't think it really matters. Betty Rock does nails. Like, she started doing like as a side hustle, doing dip nails. You could do them for her, Rock. That'd be a nice thing. Plus, you get to spend some time together.
You're right.
And you can help her out with other things that she might have going on.
Yes.
Betty's like, I just wanted to buy something and
just
be done with it.
I want to be done. Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.